All right, so let's go through the loadout I have for my bug out bag. This is the AMP 72 from 511 Tactical. I've done a couple videos on this already. I did a video of me going through the supplies for my old bug out bag and what I was going to keep and what I might not put in here. Then I did a review of this bag when it was empty and showed you all the compartments and all of that. And today what I want to do is show you what I did, how I filled it. And keep in mind with this is version 1 of this bug out bag. I haven't gone out and tested it and figured out, where I need to put things, what I'm missing, what I might not need. I will be doing that, and then I'll be doing a video in the future as well. We're going to do a field day is what I told Lisa, where we're going to go out and use it, probably go on a camping trip. But I have used it a couple of times, just wearing it just to see how comfortable it was, how the weight was going to affect me. This is 27 pounds right now with the hydration bladder and the Nalgene bottle full, which is around 4 liters. So 27 pounds isn't bad. I was aiming for around 20, and this is where I got. So, and I think this is pretty good. Like I said, it's version 1. Things change. I might change what I want in here. They may come out with some new fancy stuff that I just absolutely have to have. So over time, bug out bags always change with what's in them and what stays and what goes. But let's go ahead and go through this. Right off the bat, we'll just start with the top and the sides, and then we'll work our way inside. I decided like the last video I did, I had the 2 packs that I got from 511, and I decided to put those on the inside, so this hex grid is still on the outside. What I might do with this is actually put my trauma kit on here, and I'm not sure if the color difference is going to bother me. It probably will. So I might actually just get something from 511 the same color. But for now, this trauma pack will go on the outside right here. Another thing that I thought about that could go on this outside is my survival knife here, my fixed blade knife. It's got this strap right here, so I could actually put this through in the mesh system or in the hex grid system. And fasten my knife back there if I wanted. This is probably going to be on my hip though, so I don't know that it would be there. But just a kind of a cool feature to have. If you didn't want this on there and you just wanted the Velcro, like I said in one of the last videos, you can take this whole hex grid off and you have just flat Velcro right there. And you can put that on the inside here wherever you wanted to. There's Velcro all over the place on this pack. All right, so this first pocket up here is the concealed carry pouch. And this one, I don't have a gun in there, but I'll show you here. Like with this practice gun of mine, you can throw something in there. There's plenty of room for it. And this isn't an overly tactical backpack, so you probably couldn't tell. My thing, though, is I probably won't use this pouch for that because not this one, but a gun will be on my hip rather than in this pouch. Same thing with the knife. So what I would probably use this for is maps, and I've got topographic maps that are on the way from mytopo.com. Maybe put some maps or something flat inside this pouch right here would work pretty good. This pocket down here, I don't have much in right now, and this shares the bottom with the inside of the pack, so whatever you have in there is going to limit the amount of space you can use out here. I would be careful, since this is the bottom, you hit it on the ground, I would be careful what you put in here. But for me right now, all I have in here is just this contractor's yard bag. Contractor's yard bags are good to have, I think, because they're kind of that multi-purpose thing. Could be used as a tarp, could be used as cover, could be used as a rain jacket. I mean, a bunch of different things. As preppers, we love the multi-purpose stuff. I want to put as many things like this in there as I possibly can, because in a MacGyver type situation where you've got to figure stuff out, it's good to have a lot of different options that you can put together, kind of like MacGyver did with chewing gum, a paper clip, and a rubber band. So that's the front right here. This pocket up on top is a felt lined pocket. I don't have anything in here right now. You could put sunglasses in there, a cell phone, whatever you wanted in that pouch that you wanted protected. So with that, I'll take off these compression straps and we'll go to the side. These compression straps, these top ones aren't real tight yet because I still have to put a little bit of clothing in here. We're coming into winter, so I wanted pants, a shirt, maybe an extra pair of socks, some underwear, stuff like that I'll put in the top up here. So these aren't tightened yet. Once I get that in there, I'll make sure that they're tightened up. But in this side pocket right here, this is the side that I have the water bottle in, so I don't have anything in this pocket on the outside over here. They share a sleeve, so you've kind of got to figure out where you want that stuff to be. Like on this side right here, if I can find the zipper, I've got my folding saw, and that's the only thing on the outside of this pocket right here. And it, like I said, it shares the inside of that, so you can see this is kind of tight right here. I'll put that back later to get everything figured out. Take these compression straps off. So that's the two side pockets right there. Now with this clamshell design, let me open this up. And this is the compartment that you could put, it's kind of designed for putting a short-barreled rifle into it. Get this on camera. Over on this side, you could put, your short-barreled rifle. Me, it's my AR pistol. I'm not going to use that, this pocket right now anyway, for that purpose. Now, in a bug-out situation, maybe. Right now, though, anything flat that you could put back here, right? I've got my SAM splint right here, which instead of having it rolled up, I just keep it flat back here. Again, a couple of different options for putting stuff back here, but I kind of wanted to keep this open because in a situation, I'd want to have room for this and I wouldn't want to have to sacrifice anything. So I wanted to keep this part open. Get this back in the picture. Okay, so now what we'll do, get that out of the way, is we'll go to the inside of the pouch. And one of the things I liked about this is if you wanted to get to your stuff at the top or your stuff at the bottom, it's got a 4 zipper design out here. So you can unzip down here, you can reach in the side. Same thing with this side, you can unzip right here and get in the side. Up here on top, you could just open this up and get to whatever's in this pouch up here, and I've got this pouch back here. So you can just reach into the top or you can reach into the sides. This pouch right here, let me open this all the way up. This pouch right here is that stuff that I'd want to get to first. So I've got a cat tourniquet in here, I've got a headlamp in here, and I've got a bandana in here. I do have a schmog on the way too, which will probably go up here. But this is the stuff that I'd want to be able to reach at a moment's notice. So, also have a P38 can opener because I think I have 2 of these in here as well. Not that I'm carrying any canned food or anything like that, but this is so small and so lightweight, it's kind of a, why not? Again, one of those MacGyver things, you never know. Now we move this over a little bit. So inside the bag itself, I wanted to, what I did was put all the sleeping stuff towards the bottom and then the other stuff right here in the middle. I've got this first aid kit on the side because I can just open up the top and I can grab that from the top. This first aid kit has got just all the basic stuff you would need. It's got a stitch strip, I've got steri strips, I've got gauze pads, ace wraps, and gloves in there, just a whole bunch of just that basic first aid stuff you might need for those, I suppose, everyday injuries. And then I've got a little bit of the SOS bars. This is 3 days worth. I didn't want to put, Mountain House is much better and stuff like that, but I wanted something that I wasn't going to need water. I wasn't going to need to cook. I could just eat it while I'm walking, and these fit the bill. It is a little bit heavy, but as far as having to carry gear to cook and all that stuff, I figured this was decent. I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts as well. And then I've got this, my Goal Zero solar panel, and this is just a really small solar panel. I can't remember how many watts this is. I think it's like 12. But this is a really small solar panel, and I've got the battery back here that is 2,700 milliamp hours that during the day I can charge this battery. If I were to just take this pack and I was walking around with it to figure out how to attach it to this pack back here, point the point the solar panels towards the sun, and as you're walking around during the day, it will charge this battery if you just hook it up back here. So just something small, something simple that works pretty well. I only have a couple things in here that are going to need to be charged. I've got my flashlight and some batteries from my ham radio and my cell phone. So not a lot. So I think this Goal Zero will do pretty well. In one day, it will almost charge up this whole battery to 100% on a sunny day. So that's pretty decent. And then before I get into this stuff, I wanted to talk about the two pouches up here. And these are the two pouches that I said I could have put out here side by side. But I decided to put them in here, and I will use this hex grid for some sort of trauma kit, something outside that I can get to real quick, whether that's the one I have or the one I buy. But this top pouch here is basically my, it's sort of miscellaneous stuff and my water filtration stuff. So in this, I've got my Sawyer Mini. I've got, here, let me close this so we can put it all right here. Got my Sawyer Mini. I've got my sewing kit. I've got this water purification stuff. I've got Aquamira in there. I've got some, I call them toilet paper towels. Basically, they're paper towels. You put a couple drops of water on them and they turn into paper towels. But I've also got some handy wipes, some tent stakes, and I know you can make your own tent stakes, but I think it's just easier just to have them. And then I've got a little knife sharpener right here, a little cheesy knife sharpener. So that is that pouch up top. Stuff that, you know, that stuff I can get to without having to pull everything out of the bag. And then put this back on here. And then this pouch underneath there is where I've got my fire starting supplies. And in here, in a waterproof bag, I've got my matches, my these are jute twine, waxed jute twine. I've got some matches in there, a lighter. This wet fire stuff is pretty good. It makes getting a fire lit really easy. I don't know if you can see that. Got to figure out where the camera is. There we go. But this wet fire stuff is pretty cool. And then I've got a signal mirror here, which is, you know, not necessarily for fire starting, but if I had to, I'd be pretty dire straits if I had to use a mirror to start a fire. I've also got a Forenso lens that I need to put in here. And then my ferro rod. And this is a decent ferro. This is a really good ferro rod. Nice and soft, a large ferro rod. Throws sparks really easily. I'm not going to do that too many times. I don't want to start everything on fire before I finish the video. But so I've got my fire starting stuff in here. And it's all put together. It's all organized so I don't have to, you know, try to figure out where I kept it and all of that. So I'll move this stuff out of the way, put this back, and we'll start going through this other stuff. All right, so I've got this emergency bivvy right here. This is not something that, this is probably something that's going to, you know, maybe 1, 2, 3 uses, depending on what you do with it. I wanted this in here because it's sort of like an emergency blanket, except it's you put yourself into it, kind of like you wrap yourself up like a burrito. It could be used for bedding. If you're on the ground, you'd throw a bunch of leaves in it and turn it into sort of a survival mattress. So that's pretty decent. Nothing I would depend on. It's kind of a life-saving thing, but nothing that's going to last you a while. With that, I also have this rain poncho, and this is a pretty large rain poncho. And that's because I wanted something that was really durable. Out here in Colorado, you just never know from one day to the next if you're going to get rain, snow, sunshine. Right, 1 hour to the next. Sometimes here in Colorado, you just never know. So I wanted something that was pretty high quality. I wanted something that would cover me and the bag as well. You can also get covers for your bags that basically, it's just a cover for the backpack that will keep it waterproof. But I wanted something like this because keeping dry is super important. And then I've got a hammock, and this is one of those things that may change in the future. I thought about, like I said, with this bivy, this is an emergency bivy. There's actually pretty nice bivvies that lay on the ground. It's basically like a tent, couple $100, but they're really nice. So if I do switch, I'll probably go to something like that. I'll have to see the weight. I'll have to try it out. But this, for now, I've been using hammocks my whole life, and I just really I don't like being on the ground. I like being above the ground. So that kind of fits the bill right there. Along with that, I've got this Rainfly, which is Yukon Outfitters Rainfly. And this isn't the greatest Rainfly. I mean, this isn't the greatest sort of tarp or, to build a lean-to or something. But I've watched a few videos on these, and I've looked at some reviews. And for the price, this is a lot more durable and better than a lot of people give it credit for. I've seen a couple videos. One guy went through a hailstorm using this as sort of a lean-to. And it was like a 5 or 10 minute hailstorm with nickel quarter-size hail. And it survived with the grommets on the corners and everything. So, and it kept him dry. So I'm pretty confident that this is good. But again, it would be something that possibly could get upgraded in the future. I'm going to take this out and test it. I'll probably do a video on it as well here in the next couple weeks. Test this and see what my thoughts are as far as using it as a lean-to shelter. And I'll even show you on top of the hammock. As far as the clothes and stuff, right now, all I have are a pair of long underwear and a pair of wool socks because we are heading into winter right now. So I wanted this stuff in there. Like I said, I'm going to get in the top of this bag or I'm going to utilize the space that I still have left in here for some kind of shirt, jacket, pair of pants, socks, underwear, stuff like that. So stuff that I can, that's going to keep me the warmest, and it's going to be light enough that it's not going to add a whole lot of weight. So with that, let's do these side pockets, and then we'll get into this. This side pocket, the only thing I have on this side is the water bottle. And on this side, I have some bank line and I have some paracord. Probably going to get a little bit more paracord. This is about 75 feet, and I'd like to have a little bit more. But this is 120 feet of bank line right here, so plenty of cordage. And that's one of those, these are consumable items, so you just can never have enough. You never know how much you're going to need. So I like to keep the bank line takes up less room, and I like the bank line, and you can tie knots a little bit better with that bank line as well. Then I also have the antenna in this pocket for my Baofeng radio. This is a Nagoya antenna, and the antenna that comes with the Baofeng is you're not going to get very good reception at all. So if you have one, I'd recommend getting this Baofeng antenna. I'll throw that back in there. All right, so let me move this over so we make sure and get in here. In this little secret pocket right here, I don't have anything in it yet. But like I said before, you could stash... Oh, I do have something in there. What do I have in there? Just some coffee. You always got to have coffee. These are... I got these from... Lisa got it from one of her doctor friends. And these are Korean, so I have no idea what kind they are. But I know they're coffee, so have those in there. I think I just put those in there just to put them in there. But you could use this pocket for, maybe cash or something that you didn't want people to find, because it's kind of hard to see that there's actually a pocket in there. All right, so the two sides here. And this, like I said, if you wanted to open this up just using this one zipper from the side, you can open it up, reach in there. You can get in this side, or you can reach in and get in this side. The pocket goes all the way through. In here, I have some waterproof paper because you just never know. Maybe, I mean, most of the time in a bug out situation, you're probably trying to hide from people, but there may be situations where you actually do need this to get a note to somebody. I've got a mechanical pencil here. I like the mechanical pencil because it's got the fine point, and it's easier when you get on the topographic maps. It's easier to be more exact with everything, I suppose. In here, I've got a couple paper clips on this keychain hook, another P38 can opener. I've got my base plate compass, and if you don't know how to use a base plate compass, I'd highly recommend it because it's a lot more accurate. Like I said, I'm getting my topographic maps. It's a lot more accurate than just relying on a regular compass. It's not very hard to learn, but there's a lot more to it than just a regular compass. Also, I've got this little flashlight, and I believe this is a Kodiak flashlight. And I like this because it's rechargeable. So basically, like I said, with this solar panel, I've got the charger in here. I can hook this up. Oops. I can hook this up to the charging port here, and then take this battery, plug it into the battery, and then I get some juice from it. So if I need to recharge this, I don't know how many amp hours this little flashlight is, but I like it because it's really small, it's lightweight, and it's pretty bright. For any flashlight that I have this size, the highest setting, it's brighter than any flashlight I have. Now it's got 3 different settings. It's got the super bright, the medium, and then the low. So I would probably keep it on the low setting, round camp or whatever. But I like this flashlight mainly because of the size and because it's rechargeable. I don't want to carry a lot of batteries around. With the batteries, though, I have my Baofeng radio, and this is where I say in the antenna, you put that Nagoya antenna on there. For the life of me, I cannot find the battery pack I have for this. And I will find that, or I'll buy a new one, but it's basically, it's like an extended pack, and I believe it's 4 or 6 double A's in there. You can get Eneloop batteries, Eneloop batteries that are double A's, and if you get a little USB charger, I could actually charge those with this as well. So I am going to get that and put that in here. Another option is I've got a couple of these little battery packs that I could put in here, and it would take up less room than the double A's and then the charger. So that's another option as well. The one thing with these, with the charging of these things, I need to keep this keep this charged. I need to keep this charged. Cell phones. Those are the 3 things that I would need this solar panel for. Let's see. Also in here, I've got some just a little roll of duct tape. You never know when you're going to need some duct tape. May even get one more of those, a little bit more. Over here in this little pocket, I've got some extra lead. I've got a multi-tool, and this is mainly just because one of those, like I said, the MacGyver thing, you just never know what sort of tool you might need, the pliers, all sorts of different things. So I figure I don't carry a multi-tool on me a lot because I just don't, there's not a lot of opportunity for my lifestyle that I'd need one, but I do want one in the bag. And then finally in here, I've just got some bug repellent. And this, I've got room for a few other things in here as well, so this may change, but for now, this is what I have in here. So I think that's it. I went through most of the stuff here. This pocket, the side pockets, the top pocket, the concealed carry pocket, these 2 pouches. Like I said, 511 makes some other attachments that I may get, some sort of trauma kit attachment, and then, maybe something that takes up this whole thing, or maybe something that's side to side. But like these right here, I like to keep those in there. But that's basically it. Like I said, this is version 1 of this bag. I plan on taking this out, using it, seeing how it works, how the way I have everything set up works. Like, do I need something towards the top that I'm going to use more, or is there something up top that I don't use very much and put down here? I've tested this a few times. I've walked around, went and walked the dogs, walked around the neighborhood for about an hour at a time. And it's pretty comfortable. It doesn't, 27 pounds isn't bad at all. Granted, an hour is a lot different than 4 or 5 hours. So once I do that field test type thing, the field day thing with Lisa, I'll be able to know more. And then I'll do a video on that as well, and what I decided to change and what I decided to keep and all of that. So with that, that's it for today. If you have any questions, make sure and leave them in the comment section.